welcome to another weekend vlog. Today is Saturday, January 9th, I think, pretty sure. And it's about 10 o'clock. We're just getting started for the day. Had coffee, breakfast, got up, got dressed, picked up, bed made, all of that junk, and got some laundry going. So feeling pretty productive so far. One thing that I really need to tackle this weekend is just doing some meal prep and planning. We haven't bought groceries really since Christmas. We've picked up a couple things here and there that we've needed, like eggs and that type of thing. But I really have a lot of food on hand. And I think that actually for me stems from where I grew up. I grew up in a small town. We couldn't just run to the grocery store. So my style is to just have things on hand and a little bit more than I need. So if we do need it, we don't need to run out to the store, even though we could, because we live less than a mile from a grocery store, but it's kind of like ingrained in me now. So we've got a pretty good stockpile of food, and we are planning to do the Whole30 coming up in a few weeks, but I don't want to be wasteful. I want to use up a lot of what we have on hand. That doesn't mean that I want to just be eating junk, because we are moving towards clean eating, kind of recovering from our holiday diet and moving into some clean eating in the new year. But again, you know, I don't want to be throwing out food. So I'm going to start out this morning by taking inventory of what I have and do a little bit of planning, kind of take our inventory stock down and stockpile our weekly grocery budget so I can do a big haul to start Whole30 in a few weeks. And when we start that Whole30 is really going to be determined by what I find in the freezers and what we have on hand and kind of how long we can push it, again, to take down our reserves, get our budget kind of beefed up so we can go out and get some new stuff for Whole30. So I'll bring you along on all that, but for now, got to get the freezers cleaned out, do some meal planning. Also today, finishing up laundry. We have a couple errands that we might run. And I'm also focusing on one thing. I wanted to show this because this is something new. See if I can get it to focus there, that I'm trying. I picked this up at Target, and I think Walmart has it too. This is the passion fruit flavor, and it's liquid IV, and one packet, they're these little packets that you get, and you dissolve them in 16 ounces of water, and they taste pretty good. They're a little thicker than like a juice or something. They kind of remind me of a Propel, and they do have a bit of sodium, which I was a little concerned with, but you mix, you know, one stick, it says it multiplies 1 cup of hydration, it equals 3 bottles. I don't know how accurate that is, but I'm trying them out because I find, especially during the week, I get busy and I have a hard time drinking all of my water. That's really a focus for me. In the new year, I'm not calling it a resolution, but trying to pick up a better habit of making sure I get minimum 64 ounces of water in. So I've got my daily liquid IV mixed up here. I'm gonna do that. On top of it, I'm gonna try to at least get a couple of my 32-ounce bottles in, just really focus on hydration. So that's one goal for the day, but should be a pretty fun weekend. Like I said, we've got some fun things to do, so come along with us.
So as I mentioned, the goal today is to get my freezers cleaned up and then take inventory of what I have on hand, what needs to get used up, what I can use on Whole30. And if you're not familiar with Whole30, it's an elimination diet. You do it for 30 days and it helps give you a reset and helps you also identify what foods you might have sensitivities to. So you eliminate sugar, alcohol, grains, dairy, legumes, and it sounds hard, but once you get into the groove, it's really not, but it is a lot of meat and vegetables when you're on the diet. And luckily I had plenty of those on hand. I had quite a few meats that would work on our diet that I was excited to find in here. I did have this huge bag of chicken wings. I had got this for Nate's birthday, and then just due to COVID, we decided not to do a big party with the family like we were planning. So I have 4 pounds of chicken wings to use up. If anybody has any ideas for that, leave me a message in the comments below. And this was quite a process of pulling everything together and making out an inventory list, menu planning, all of that. And I think I'm going to do another whole video just on Whole30 prep, and I'll include more details on how I prepared, as in getting our menu ready to start Whole30. Okay, so once I was done going through everything, I had made this list on the computer. I love an Excel spreadsheet, can't keep me away from them, so of course I had to use that. But I wrote out what I had in the fridge, the pantry, the freezer, and then even made a little inset of what I have on hand that's Whole30 compliant, things I might want to just keep in reserves to use as we're doing the Whole30. We had quite a few leftovers and especially some breakfast items, and I broke those out separately as well so we can remember to have some grab and go breakfasts over the next couple weeks. Take a little break from eggs because we do eat a lot of eggs on the Whole30, and that's typically what we have for breakfast all the time. And then I didn't use any sort of recipe or menu planner. I just kind of worked with things I typically make and put together loose ideas of what I wanted to have on hand for dinners, just again to use up what we have in the freezer and save some funds. So one thing we have a lot of in the freezer right now are these daily harvest shakes. And I've been seeing these online forever and was so excited to try them. But the delivery came on Friday afternoon, like seriously right after I had finished lunch. So I was excited on Saturday to have this for a lunch, and Nate and I could both try them. The first one we tried was just a strawberry peach. And I didn't have any video of making this one, but kind of filmed it here. It was a little bit thicker than the other one that we made, but it was still super duper yummy. And then the second one we tried was the mint, I think you say cacao. I've actually never been able to pronounce that before, but you just open them up and it has the chunks of vegetables and grains or nuts or whatever happens to be in the particular shake. And then you just, if I can get the lid off here, trying to do everything one-handed, but you just add in your liquid of choice. They recommend an oat or an almond milk, which is what we used. You pour everything, chunks and all, you pour the liquid over top of all the food that's in there. And I'm just using almond milk that I had on hand. It's unsweetened vanilla almond milk, which I use for coffee every day. So poured that in up to the top. And then added all of that into, we don't have a traditional blender, but we have this Ninja, which I think worked out really great and is actually, I think, made for smoothies. So I think it worked out really well.
Oh, that's good. It's really minty. Like really, really minty. More mint than chocolate, but you can taste a little bit of chocolate in there, but I would say it's okay, but I'm still excited to try some of the other flavors, so.
Yours is good.
Oh, you like mine?
Yeah,
Okay, I thought I liked yours a little better.
I like yours better.
Oh, well, there you go. Maybe we have to trade. It's about 10 to 6 now. We just got home from running a bunch of errands. We had to go to IKEA. They do everything pickup through drive up now, so it took quite a while because we were in line behind people that were packing up furniture and all of the stuff, and we like literally had 2 little things. So that was a bit of an ordeal, but then we ran some errands. We had to get Nate a new winter jacket, and we had to get a gift for his grandma. It was actually kind of nice to go out. We went into a couple stores, and honestly, it has been quite a few months since I've been into a couple stores. So it was exhausting because I'm not used to having, well, I've never been a shopper, never really a huge fan like pre-COVID, but now we were just driving home and we're like, oh, we both feel drained. So we're excited to have like a really peaceful night at home. And I think we're gonna rent a movie later, pop some popcorn. I got my pizza from my meal planning in the oven right now. Just a few minutes left to go on that, and it looks super yummy. So excited to just have a really relaxing evening. But oh, I do have to show you one thing because we came home and I just got something in the mail. So hold on. Anyway, this is what I got for shampoo. So it's a whole kit by Function of Beauty, and you can get it at Target. So you pick like the type of hair you have, and they have, I think it was straight, wavy, curly, textured, and I feel like there might have been one more. Maybe there was just 4. So you pick, so I have naturally kind of wavy hair, bordering on straight, but it's got a little bit of wave to it. So you pick your base. So that was my base, just wavy hair shampoo, wavy hair conditioner, and then they have all of these little serums that you add to it. So you get to pick from them. I picked Strengthen, and you can add up to 3 of any of them. Anti-frizz, because, you know, dry weather, why not? And then, what's the last one I picked? Oh, of course, Deep Condition. So each one of these little boxes, if I can get it open, has 2 pods. Oh, there we go. 2 pods in it, and you just rip open the pod and put it in the shampoo and conditioner and shake it up, and then that is your specially formulated shampoo just for you. So mine will be deep conditioning, anti-frizz, and also strengthening shampoo when I'm done with them. So I just thought that was a cool thing. I'll have to report back later.
Okay, so our pizza is done. We just had this gluten-free crust left in the freezer. Added a ton of cheese, pepperoni, and like half a jar of sauce on this puppy, but it looks good. We're going to just eat, watch a movie, and relax tonight. Okay, so it's almost 10 o'clock and we were just about to go to bed, and I realized that I put pulled pork for dinner tomorrow night. And I can't pull that off in a full day unless I got up super early. So we're actually going to have it for noon tomorrow. I'm going to put this in the slow cooker with a dry rub and a bottle of Coke, and I'm going to cook it on low for at least 12 hours, and then we'll shred it, add barbecue sauce, and have our pulled pork tomorrow. So here we go. Okay, it's Sunday morning, 7 a.m. This pork shoulder has been cooking since 10 o'clock last night. I'm going to leave it till 10 o'clock this morning because first, coffee. Am I posting too many pictures of my adorable puppy, Ruby? I just love her so much. I'm probably putting up too much. That's feedback I need to hear. Leave me a comment below.
Hey, so welcome to Sunday, day 2 of our weekend vlog. It's just been a really relaxing morning. We've been hanging out. We had some French toast for breakfast, read the paper. I attempted the crossword. I never get very far on it, but it's always fun to try. Get about halfway there and then give up or start looking up answers. But we did that. We watched our church, finishing up laundry, so feeling pretty productive yet pretty relaxed. And now it's time for phase 2 of the pulled pork. So I've had that cooking in the slow cooker. I thought I'd show you guys. You need to take everything out, drain the juices, and then just put the meat back in, and it should be tender enough that it all falls apart. And then I'll mix it with some barbecue sauce, and then we'll keep cooking it on low just for all those flavors to mix together and for it to heat up, and should have that for lunch. And then I think this afternoon's gonna be pretty low key as well. We're gonna do a couple things around the house. I got a bird feeder yesterday that I'm super excited to put up. We've got a few outdoor decorations from Christmas left to take down, but everybody in our neighborhood has left decorations up this year. I'm feeling like it's a trend. Like 2020 has just been a really hard year and a hard time, and everybody was like, yeah, we don't need to take down all the cheer yet. So most of our neighbors and our whole neighborhood have that up. I don't know if everybody else is planning on taking down today, but we're gonna at least get some of the decorations off the side of our house and then get the bird feeder up. And then I think we're gonna take a drive. We don't quite know where we're going. We used to do this a lot at the start of the pandemic or the quarantine or whatever you call it, where we just kind of get in the car, go for a drive, find a pretty spot, get out and walk for a little bit. And I think there's still some of that. I think they call it hoarfrost, or I heard somebody else refer to it as like a crystallized fog. I can't remember the term that they use, but I tried to put a little bit on our video when we were driving yesterday. If that turned out, I'd have popped it in, or I'll pop it in here, but just really pretty snow-covered trees. And so I'm excited to kind of get out and explore a little bit. We were looking into a couple places that might have some winter trails open to do an afternoon walk and kind of wrap up our weekend that way. So it should be a fun, somewhat eventful day, but first let's get this pulled pork ready for us to have for lunch today.
Once you have it all mixed up, it just needs to heat in the slow cooker for maybe another hour. This was so delicious. Yum. Nate was outside taking down the decorations and Ruby was whining to see him, so we went to the window to say hi. And then my whole heart melted. So cute.
Okay, so it's kind of hard to see. Nate took down the Christmas decorations and everything, so there's a lot of footprints around it, but I have this crooked-ish pole that we put in this fall with the intention that I would get a birdhouse or bird feeder or one of each to put on the poles, and I hadn't gotten one yet. So yesterday we were shopping actually at this nursery and gift shop that's not too far from our house, and I picked this up. I actually talked to somebody who is pretty knowledgeable because we've seen some cardinals around and really wanted to attract those types of birds. We see a lot of robins and I've seen like one blue jay and not a lot else. So they directed me towards this one. We have, they said, enough of an, I'll show you, it's kind of an enclosed area. We've got all our furniture stacked up here, but we've got this fence, and then of course our house forms this little cove area, so we didn't want to get a fly through. So on this pole on the left hand side there, that's where we want to hang something, and they thought, the gal that we were talking with thought it was a safe enough spot in this cove that we could get something with a perch. So again, wanted to attract cardinals, so we got this cardinal mix, and then she pointed us towards this one. It's not a fly through, and it's got this tray, and rather than the long tubes that just have the metal thing sticking out, cardinals really like to have more of a ledge that they can grab onto and eat out of. So I'm gonna fill this up and get it hung up outside, but I'm super excited. Ruby is too, to start some bird watching. We'll see what we can attract. So I'm gonna get this going. Hello. So once again, we are in the car. We are just headed on a drive. We're not sure exactly where we're going. Should be kind of fun. So gonna show a little bit of that if we can, see where we end up today. We just got done. Nate took the car to get washed. Ruby had a bath. Are you all clean? She's really focused on the road right now. So we got that done. We got the bird feeder up. We got the house picked up. Feeling good about getting stuff done for the weekend. So let's go have some fun.
This was such a beautiful walk and such a great end to our weekend. It was absolutely fabulous. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming along with us this weekend. We had a blast. We hope you did too. If you liked the video, go ahead and give us a thumbs up below. Also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Got a lot of great videos coming your way, including a lot of Valentine's Day stuff. We've got some Whole30 prep work in the near future, so you're not going to want to miss it. Make sure and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.